If you want to start a drop serving business, then I'm going to share with you 7 drop serving niche ideas that you can get started today in order to start your drop servicing journey. Let's get started with the first one, in which it's one that I've been personally doing for over 5 years now, and that's voiceover. So with voiceover work, what I usually have done before in the past is that I would actually reach out to voiceover artists on Fiverr and I would message them asking, hey, is it okay if I resell your Fiverr services, or specifically your voiceover services? So more than likely, a lot of the times, I've never actually had a voiceover artist say no. All of them have said yes. So it is polite to ask permission. And it's a win-win situation just with how this drop servicing model involves. They get paid their asking amount. I just charge a bit more and find other clients. And I basically the middleman when it comes to voiceover services. Now, the next drop servicing idea that I've done before is script writing. So after voiceover work, I've kind of dabbled down into this YouTube automation model in which it requires a 3-tier outsourced part work. The first one is script writing, the second one is voiceovers, and the third one is video editing. With outsourcing script writing, there's a lot of people out there who need script writing services, especially for their YouTube videos or even their blog content articles. Fiverr has always been my main source when it comes to drop servicing script writing services. But even so, I've still found success with even finding script writers through Upwork, in which I would ask them, hey, is it okay if I resell your services to other clients? And again, these individuals would say yes. So the third drop servicing idea that I've done before is animated videos, specifically whiteboard animation. So on Fiverr, you can find whiteboard or animated videos for a very affordable price. And as usual, I would contact these services, message them asking, is it okay if I resell your whiteboard services? And most of the time they always say yes. So this drop servicing idea in particular is one that I sold by cold outreaching to clients, in which I asked them, hey, would you be interested in an animated explainer video for your business or your website or your service? And a lot of the times they always said yes. So I would go on Fiverr. Usually these animated whiteboard videos cost maybe like about $100, and I would sell them for $500+. So that being, it was very lucrative for a one-time sale, but I just wasn't getting enough volume in order to make it sustainable. So the third one is animated videos. Now the fourth drop servicing niche idea is advertising, whether that be Google paid advertising or Facebook advertising. This is one drop servicing idea in particular that my brother does particularly well, in which he has people manage the Facebook advertising for clients that he acquires. So he has a name to his brand in which he's able to acquire clients based on his previous work experience of running successful Facebook advertising campaigns. And essentially what it does is that he teaches other virtual assistants across the seas, such as in India, Philippines, Georgia, Nigeria. He teaches them how to manage these Facebook advertising campaigns for clients. And because this scale of work is teachable and it's also scalable, it allows him to run his drop servicing business, particularly in Facebook advertising, to a 7-figure model a year revenue stream. Moving on to the fifth drop servicing niche idea, and that is graphic designs. So in my experience in particular, I've drop serviced YouTube thumbnails and YouTube channel art, and that's because that's usually my realm of what things I work with. And so on Fiverr, I would find a YouTube channel art designer, and for clients, I would ask them, hey, would you be interested in a new YouTube channel art? Or if clients don't have an existing channel art, I would create it for them. And so with Fiverr, it costs like a mere $5 to get this YouTube channel art created. I'll link down below in the description which channel artist I particularly use, because he's very, very good. And to clients, I would simply sell them about $25. So it'd be like a 5x profit when it comes to landing a client who needed a YouTube channel art design for them. So as far as YouTube thumbnails goes, I would find thumbnails for about $5 each, $3 to $5, and I would sell them for about $15 or more. So again, about 150% profit when it comes to selling thumbnails, when it comes to drop servicing thumbnail design services. Now the sixth drop servicing idea that I've come up with is video editing. So previously, how I talked earlier, when it comes to YouTube automation, people need script writing, then they need the voiceover, and then they need the video editing. With video editing in particular, I've found freelancers on Upwork and Fiverr. And essentially what I used to do before is that I would simply charge a markup when it comes to the video editing services. So with video editing, I didn't really make all too much, just because video editing requires a lot of work. And I made a lot more from script writing and voiceover services compared to video editing services. But even so, if there's a way that you can get video editing services done for a much more affordable rate, I don't see why you can't have video editing as a successful drop servicing business. Now, the seventh drop servicing niche idea is virtual assistant work. And so in outside countries away from the United States, there's a lot of individuals who will work for a much more affordable rate when it comes to virtual assistant work. And I've found much success when it comes to hiring individuals from like the Philippines or India, and having these individuals help me run my drop servicing business. So with virtual assistant work, you can find them on Upwork, Freelancer, People Per Hour, or Fiverr, and all those places that I've mentioned. I've found successful VAs to help me run my drop servicing business. The key to making a lot of money what I've found from drop servicing, and keep in mind, I've had a multi-million-dollar revenue year with drop servicing, it's come from the quantity of orders. So as I mentioned previously earlier, the amount I was making from drop servicing, script writing, voiceover, or video editing services, it ranged from about like a 30% ROI or 30% return on revenue, of a 30% profit margin ultimately when it came to overhead costs, and ultimately calculating the expenses and profit when it came to hiring the freelancer and actually delivering the work to the client. It was around a 30% profit margin. So what I found to be very successful was the quantity of the amount of clients that I can get. So if I can get a single client to order 500, 1,000 videos, that's when it really made a difference within my business. But if a client only orders like 1 or 2 scripts or 1 or 2 voiceovers, it's really not that much. So what I found was to kind of find the bigger players or people with a very, very large budget who are looking for mass scale production. Recall earlier how I also mentioned that animated videos, although I was buying them for $100 and selling them for $500, which would seem like a $400 markup, people didn't really need these videos at a mass scale quantity. But compare that to script writing, voiceover, and video editing services in which some individuals needed them by the hundreds of amounts. That's why I was able to reach a multi-million-dollar revenue year just last year back. Now, the key to making drop servicing easier for you is to come up with your systems in place. Come up with a streamlined process in which step 1, you do this, step 2, you do this, step 3, you do this, and also hire virtual assistants who's familiar with the process and system so that they can help manage the process overall. So essentially what happened with me was that one of my virtual assistants was actually a developer who developed his own program in order to kind of help systemize my drop servicing business. And so with that, our streamlines of creating the videos, delivering to the clients, it was very streamlined and very flawless to a point in which it required very little of our time, and the system basically ran itself. So come up with systems, come up with a step-by-step process in order to run your drop servicing business. And ultimately, that's what will lead you to a successful drop servicing business. So once you've got your drop servicing niche selected, you're gonna wanna watch this video next, where I teach you how exactly I get clients for drop servicing.